What's the worst excuse to be lazy? Oh, your grandma's dead? Skill issue. This story takes place 18 to 20 years ago, during my freshman through junior years of high school. I had moved and changed schools during my 8th grade year, had just gotten braces and had really bad acne, and hadn't hit my growth spurt yet. Needless to say, I was an easy target for bullies. I'm a guy, by the way. There were two bullies in particular that made my life a living hell. Their names were Jeremy and Nate. They would trip me and beat me up in the halls. They dumped an entire bottle of super glue into my backpack with all my stuff in it. Just in general were pieces of poop that treated me horribly. This went on all of freshman year and some of sophomore year. After that we didn't have any classes together, and they would just occasionally accost me in the hallways when we crossed paths. During my junior year, I was an aide for our school's office. It was a chill gig. I mostly just hung out and read books and occasionally had to run a note out to a student or teacher. One day, an emergency call came in for Jeremy. His grandmother was on her deathbed in the hospital, and they needed him to get there ASAP. They wrote out the message and handed it to me to deliver to Jeremy. I grabbed the note, headed out into the halls, and promptly threw the note in the trash and walked around for 10 minutes before returning to the office. By the time his parents actually got a hold of him several hours later, his grandmother had already passed. I heard him crying the next day about how he felt horrible that he wasn't able to say goodbye to her before she died. To this day, I feel zero remorse about what I did. SHT things happen to you when you are a bully and treat other people like poop. The office didn't keep track of who took what messages or when, so no one knows I did this, until now. F you Jeremy, and your dead grandma.